Hey there, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to work on this Shabby journal that I started. I'll do a complete flip through when I'm finished with it, so I won't go into great detail about everything about it. You can just see a few things as I'm flipping through to get to the pages that I'm gonna work on. I've only got a couple pages done in it, and I've used a lot of torn paper. And my theme for this one is kind of going to be vintage receipts and butterflies and maybe buttons. Might consider that a kind of a sort of a theme. And I saw some videos yesterday and thought I can use paint too. So I started using some acrylic paints on some of the pages. A lot of really old paper. I made it smaller this time than the last one I did, so that hopefully it won't be quite so chunky. And I might put more paint on the pages. A lot of it will be covered in the end anyway, so only little bits of it will be sticking out. So we'll see. This is from an old vintage German book that I made both the front and the back with. So today I wanted to work a little bit on this page, and this I covered in lace, and then I put gesso on it. I'd never done that before to see, and it gave it some texture, so I kind of like it. I'm not sure how much I'll show through when I'm done, but and then I'm using one of my new books that I have out for people that don't have printers or don't want to print digitally. I made a collection of my receipts that I have. I have digital receipts in my Etsy store, and I made a collection of them in a book, and I'm using that book for this Shabby journal. So I'm cutting out different vintage receipts that I put in here, and I'm using it in that. So I'll put a link for where you can get this book if you want to. If you don't have a printer and you want to have some vintage ephemera. I've been making a series of books. I also have one that was newer. This was butterflies. I don't have the actual book here though. I didn't order it myself like I did this one. So I took a receipt out of here. I'm not quite sure where I got it from. I think maybe it was this one. And I cut it out. And the paper is working pretty nice for inking and all kinds of aging and stuff. I did another one, well, you saw on that page. I took another receipt out, and I inked it, and I gessoed it, and I roughed the edges on it, and it turned out really nice. It's got a nice age look to it. So the paper isn't going to hold us back from making it look vintagey. Some of the colors come out better in these books, and most of them come out great. A couple of the yellowy ones come out a little bit too yellow, but by the time you ink them up and do all kinds of stuff to them, you know, all over, you can make them look any way you want to. So I just took and folded it in just a little bit on every side, and then I used a punch to punch the top edge and give it a little lacy look. And here I'm going to ink a little bit more on these edges so they show up. And we're going to make a pocket out of this. For our shabby journal. And we got to cut a couple little edges off here so that it'll stay down. When you fold it like this, you got to cut a little bit of these corners off so it'll fold down and glue down right. Cut it at an angle. And then you cut the little bit that's left off. It makes a pocket that's got a little bit more room in it in the end. So then you end up like that. And we're just gonna put some glue on all those edges and glue it down. I'm having fun doing these, what they call torn or sloppy or shabby journals. Use a lot of lace and torn pages, and it's fun. Like that. Oops, I knocked the camera. Let me center it a little bit and make sure that's turned under and press it down. And then I'm going to add a little bit of lace to the bottom, which I already cut. I'm going to put a little piece of lace. I always have to decide which side is the good side on the lace. I think it's this side. And I want it hanging down, because that's part of the coolness of these shabby journals, is having things hanging out all over the place. And I made it just a little bit wider than the pocket. Gonna do that. Now, the hardest part, I'm not having too much trouble collaging all the pages and stuff. My hardest part is actually trying to figure out what kind of ephemera or tags to stick inside of it. I don't know why I'm having so much difficulty with that. And then I cut out a butterfly out of I made a butterfly paperback, and I have some pages I can actually print them. So that's one out of there. I want it to go this way. Oh, and I want to put some pearls right in the middle of that. I gotta go get them. Take me just a second. I got these at a sale the other day, and they're kind of cool to use. Now I don't want to use, well, I'm gonna have to. I don't really like using my paper scissors, but I guess we will. Since I didn't bring any others. Put a little bit of glue right there. And add this. I got a little bit too much glue on there. Put that right in the middle. All right. Now we're going to make a tag to go in the pocket. And while I was painting yesterday, I'm going to set this up here just a little bit. I painted a bunch of paper with my leftovers. So I just painted the whole paper so that I wouldn't waste any of the acrylic. It's just acrylic paint. You get them in the little tubes. I don't really have one right here close, but and I thought I would try to create some tags in this one. I actually think this one is tall enough that I'll probably do this one. We'll see how it goes about that one. And then I had a stencil. I thought I'd start there with some black, with some black distress ink. And we'll see what it looks like. See if this looks good or not. You never know till you try it. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, you can't see too much of it. Maybe if I use some archival ink, you could get a little bit more. I'm going to put this right on the edge so we can get that in the white part. Since we can't see a whole lot on the other one. I wonder if it's my ink might be finally giving up the ghost. Oh, that got it. I mean, where you can see on the white. So that's kind of cool. That makes it interesting. It's all an adventure, what we end up doing. And I got a little couple pieces of lace here that I thought I would try to do something with. I don't want to cover up all the brown. Let's see, I could go like that. No, I don't like that. I could go in the middle. Just kind of in the middle. I want to put a hole in it at the top, so let's do that so I don't cover that up. So make a little hole like so, and then we'll put one of these reinforcers on it like so, and then we'll ink that up a little bit so that it doesn't just stand out there so starkly. I wonder if we should just go ahead and, this might help, ink these edges. I have the hardest time with ink. Different color inks like the Distress inks, they seem to, after they sit on the paper for a while, they seem to kind of yellow. This is Gathered Twigs here, and it does better. I'm liking the Gathered Twigs. And I might go and try some archival ink. I've been noticing that a lot of crafters are using that archival ink. Maybe that doesn't kind of yellow after a while. But when I use Antique Photo, it kind of yellows. So, alright. We got a good start going on here, guys. Let's see. I have this piece. I was just thinking about one little piece in the middle. Just a piece for the heck of it. And then we could put one of those cutout flowers that I used on the other pages. Black and white. Yeah, that looks good. Let's try this. Kinda. It doesn't all have to be totally stuck down. Hopefully I'm in the picture here. Yeah, I hate that. I am learning this new camera setup, guys, so if I went out of the picture for a minute, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, we could just leave it like that. It's kind of a cute tag. I'd like to put a piece of string up here. Let's do that real quick so we see what that looks like. You get a piece of string. Just regular old string. I was wondering about inking the string. I might try that. Keep it in the video there, Sherry. Alright. Let's just try it. Oh, that was the black one. Wrong one. Oh well. Yeah, let's ink the string. Haha. It works. Something new we learned. Alright. Now, we could just leave it like that. That's pretty cool, actually, like that. But, or we could, I had an old book, garden book, and as you see, I used it on that one. Yeah, let's glue that down. That looks pretty good. Or, let's put it down more like that. Yes, let's do that. I'm going to use a different glue. Use some Aleene's. Hopefully my video is not getting too long. I don't know. I have no idea how long I can go on this phone. I see some people that do hour-long videos, so I figure in these newer phones, which I got a iPhone 7, not newer, but I figure it could go that long. All right. And there's our tag. What do you think? I think that's gonna work. Now watch, let's see, to make sure it fits. It's not very stiff. There we go. All right, and we'll leave a little bit so we can see a little bit of the lace. So, there we go, a quick page. And I'll make some more pages in here, come back on and show you some more pages as I move along. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great crafting day.